Alright, what's up everybody? Just wanted to hop back on here. I know I haven't posted in a while. Things have been a little bit rough for me. I'm feeling a little under the weather. And I also had this great idea to quit caffeine, which yeah, I'm not so sure how I feel about that decision right now. I was having about a quart of coffee every day, and I've been having coffee every day since I was probably 18. I feel like I've taken some time off over the years, like when I didn't have a job. Like, there have been periods in my life where I didn't really have to work, and I think I've been able to kind of get off caffeine in those times. But this time I decided that this weekend I was gonna just jump off. And the first 2 days were absolutely brutal. I was just like, the first morning I woke up at my normal time, and then just like a few hours later I just like crashed and went back to sleep. Just like overwhelming exhaustion. It felt like I took a Benadryl or something, and then so I slept like an extra 3 hours, and my body just felt, and mind, primarily my mind I guess, just felt exhausted. And then the second day, Monday, kind of the same thing happened. I wake up at my normal time about 5 o'clock, and then around like mid-morning the exhaustion sets in again. So what's today? Today's Wednesday, and it's a struggle, man. Just getting through the day is a struggle, but man, it's a big difference. I feel like I'm like so much more relaxed. Like, the coffee or just caffeine in general, I've been trying to limit my caffeine for a while, but still, I mean, I was having a healthy amount of coffee in the morning, and man, it just made it to where I felt like I was like always in a hurry, like always feeling pretty like just kind of on edge, and like, oh, whatever I was thinking about, like, oh, this has to get done now. But like, I wasn't actually being more productive at all. Like, I just was more like kind of wound up emotionally about getting it done. I'm gonna go inside. These goats won't shut up. I got goats and chickens, and there's dogs, and they're all just gonna make a bunch of noise. So right now I got the house to myself. My wife and kids are out going to pick up a bunch of chickens from the Amish, dead processed chickens from the Amish. Maybe I'll sit right here. Maybe this lighting will be good. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, I'll finish this video right here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna look into my real life. Hey, I just wanted to say this too, like, especially in my Kratom video that I put up recently, like, man, y'all have been so supportive, so many likes, comments. I never expected that video to get that many views. I'm pretty new to this whole YouTube thing, so I really appreciate that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm like I'm looking rough, aren't I? Like 3 or 4 days off of caffeine, and man, I'm still just like struggling. Like, it reminds me a lot of how I felt getting off of Kratom. Like, just no energy. My body feels so heavy. I'm like napping more, but it is a lot easier than the Kratom because I don't have like I think I'm actually a little sick, so in a way I do have like a little bit. I don't have like flu-like symptoms, but when you get off of Kratom, you have flu-like symptoms, and the super uncomfortable body feeling where you're having to like squirm around for 24 hours straight. So I don't have any of that, but I will say, getting off caffeine, it does remind me a little bit of like after doing some cocaine or Adderall or something, just the psychologically flat feeling about life, where you feel really lethargic and don't really feel that interested in anything. And it's not just that, but like, it's like your brain, probably from being low on dopamine, like, you're just kind of looking at your life and thinking like, man, like, shit is fucked up right now. Whereas like when you're up on the stimulant, you know, you look at your same life and you're like, oh, like everything's going so great. I feel so good. I feel inspired. Um, it's been a hard few days. I did jujitsu on Monday, and like going against people that I normally do pretty well against, like I just got my shit rocked because I just felt so weak, had no energy. Like people were just like manhandling me. I decided not to even go tonight because my throat's hurting, and I just think I need to just rest. I'm like sweating even though I'm in the air conditioning, not feeling good. So I don't know. I feel like I can feel something I want to talk about. I feel already, even though I think my body is still recovering, because when you do a drug, which caffeine most definitely is, it's a strong drug. When you do a drug, it disconnects you from your natural relationship with your body. And a lot of people do caffeine every day because it allows you to push yourself further. And I think even more importantly than that, it kind of disconnects you from the natural signals that your body's giving you. And so it allows you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. For example, like me in work, or anybody in work, people, or school, like college, people feel like they need stimulants, caffeine, in order to get through doing certain tasks, because when they're fully sober and themselves, they're just not interested enough in the thing in order to do it. And so in this way, we can really get through a life that we're not really interested in. Like I've been drinking, doing the work that I do, I've been really heavily reliant on caffeine in order to do my job. And at some point I've just kind of decided like, hey, I'm gonna get off caffeine and see how I really feel about my job. And if I can't perform, then this job just isn't for me. Like if I need to rely on this drug, this external source of stimulation in order to accomplish what I need to accomplish, then in reality, that thing is not for me. I should be able to be completely sober, no alcohol, no kratom, no caffeine, no nicotine, be completely sober and build a life that works for me. But the thing is when you remove all of those substances, you have to actually feel the way that life makes you feel. You have to feel the way that going to your job makes you feel. Like if you have to get up in the morning and you're like, I don't want to do this thing, and so you get jacked up on caffeine, and then you're like, I gotta do something, so I'm gonna go do my job. Like that's like, yes, you're gonna be able to do the thing, but that doesn't mean that it's the thing that naturally resonates with your soul, which your soul speaks to you through the feelings in your body. But caffeine is the sneaky one, because it's like alcohol is socially acceptable, but like people know, like, you know, if you're drinking alcohol, you're kind of fucking up or whatever. But caffeine, it's not only acceptable, but like it's people like think that like, oh, you should be doing this every day to be more productive. Like people don't talk about the negative consequences of caffeine at all. But in my observation, in the time that I've been off of it, and I've been off of it before, and also observing myself on it, like caffeine significantly removes me from myself, because I'm feeling the effects of caffeine, which are so strong. And it actually does, like if you look into caffeine, it has kind of pain relieving qualities. Like people who are on caffeine, or if you mix caffeine with like Advil, NSAIDs, or with opiates, the pain killing effects will be amplified. Caffeine multiplies those effects. And so even though it is a stimulant, it also does have a numbing effect on you. And so it's kind of sneaky in that way, because people don't talk about it, but I think I've just abused it for so long and have become like so self-observant in my body that I really see clearly now that what the caffeine was doing was separating me from my own emotional, physical experience in my body and allowing me to put myself through situations that no longer really resonated with me. And part of what I'm doing and what I want this channel to be about is my own journey of truly committing to my own inner self and what is true to me. And I still have a long way to go on that. But I've also come a long way. I've gotten myself, if I was addicted to alcohol, I was addicted to kratom, I fucked up all kinds of stuff. I've been addicted to video games, I've been addicted to porn, masturbation, and I'm finally at this turning point in my life where all of those things are like, I'm just like kind of shedding them slowly, and I'm like getting into jujitsu. I've really cleaned up my diet, my energy's coming back, and I feel like caffeine, like it was like this final boss of addiction. Like I thought porn and masturbation was the final boss, but that just kind of has like gone away without even really trying. I'll have to make a different video about that. I'm not really sure how I finally seem to have gotten rid of that, because man, that's been going on since I was 10. I'm 31, had the internet, like unfiltered access to the internet from a really young age, like a lot of people my generation. But caffeine, it just is like the psychological dependence that you feel like you have to, like people get like defensive over their caffeine if you suggest to somebody like, hey, like maybe you'd be less anxious, like more present without the caffeine. Like people are like, like I'll never give it up. Even people who are sober, like hardcore sober, like they still drink coffee. Like even at AA meetings, they serve coffee. And I promise you, like if you take some time away from this stuff and then you have a cup of coffee, like you'll either have some like hardcore, like almost like psychedelic, like revelatory or enlightenment experience, or you'll just like be sent into like a crazy panic attack. Like my wife barely drinks any caffeine. I remember a couple years ago, for some reason, she like likes the taste of coffee, but she doesn't drink caffeine hardly. But she had a cup of coffee and she started like absolutely freaking out, like heart racing, basically having the symptoms of a panic attack. And that's really what caffeine does, is it like you're like injecting just like pure stress into your body. And so that in a sense like gives you the experience of having energy, but it's not really the kind of energy that you want to build your life on. Like you want real energy. And how do you get real energy? By eating good food, sleeping well, and exercising, within reason. And then also, doing things that you love. When you do things that you love, you get more energy back out of it than you put in. But the thing is we're so involved in survival and doing these things that we really hate doing. And so we're always at an energy deficit. So we have to drink this substance to give us the sense of having more energy, but it's really just a total facade. And so that's why people just have this overwhelming sense of burnout, because they push themselves further and further and further, and then you need more caffeine or whatever else. For me, I was like mixing caffeine, alcohol, kratom for a while, just like always like a mad scientist on my body, but it was just absolutely killing me. And I feel like I really probably did some I know I did damage to my mind. This journey that I've been on has really been one of repairing the mind, but I'm sure I did damage to my organs, just to my physical body as well. So like I said, I think I'm on day 3 or 4 now, and I have a little bit of a cold. So I didn't really want to make this video, but I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna make it. And I'm glad I did, because I can already feel the difference. It's like in my other videos, like when I was talking, it was like I wasn't able to be as seated, as rooted in this present moment as I feel like I am now. And I think largely it was because of the caffeine, because the caffeine, like what it does to your mind is it kind of like overclocks. Like you can overclock a computer, it kind of overclocks your mind, and it's like you're overly, like, your mind is overly stimulated, and so it prevents you from just like relaxing into this moment. And so it's kind of cool, like feeling myself talk to the camera right now. I feel more like myself. And then I know this is a ramble, a rant. I just really, especially seeing the success of some of my other videos, I was like, dude, I gotta make another video. So I'll try to keep it coming more often. I appreciate everybody who's like, commented, subscribed. If you have a topic that you'd like me to talk about, like, please comment. But yeah, I'll check back in about this, like, no caffeine thing. I have a really good feeling about it. I feel like it was one of the huge blocks preventing me from making progress in my life. So I'm pretty excited, but I do think I need, probably another 3 or 4 days before I'm really over the acute withdrawal symptoms. But it's really not that bad. It's worth it because I'm committed to myself and the love inside myself. And, I want that for all of you too. So peace and love, everybody.